Laws are supposed to keep us in line and protect us, but sometimes they just leave us scratching our heads in confusion. From the silly to the nonsensical, there are laws around the world that seem to defy all logic. Laws that make us wonder what the lawmakers were smoking when they came up with these ideas. For instance, in Alabama, it's illegal to wear a fake mustache in church that causes laughter. So, if you're feeling a bit mischievous, you might want to avoid going to church in Alabama wearing that fake mustache. Or if you do, at least make sure it's not funny, or you could end up behind bars for a good laugh. In Greece, it's illegal to flirt with a priest or nun. So, if you're feeling romantic, you better look for someone who isn't ordained, or you could find yourself in hot water. We're not sure if this law is meant to protect the sanctity of the church or just to prevent anyone from getting lucky, but either way, it's a good reminder to keep your hands off the holy folks. In Singapore, gum chewing is strictly off the menu. So, if you're a gum enthusiast, you better get ready to kick the habit before setting foot on this island paradise. Or, if you simply can't quit, you better pack a stash in your luggage. If you're caught chomping away on the streets, you could find yourself facing some serious consequences. Not even a pack of sugar-free will save you from the law's wrath in this city-state that values cleanliness and order above all else. But who needs gum when you have Singapore's mouth-watering street food to munch on anyway? For example, in St. Petersburg, Florida, it's illegal to tie a giraffe to a telephone pole or street lamp. Who knew giraffes were so particular about their tie-ups? Apparently, they're very particular about their surroundings, and they don't like to be tied up in public places. In Chester, England, it's against the law to frown at a police officer. That's right, you heard it. You must smile at all times, even if the police officer is giving you a parking ticket. The law states that if you frown, you might end up behind bars. So, next time you're in Chester, make sure to put on your best smile. In San Francisco, it's illegal to whistle for a lost canary before 7 a.m. So, if you're an early bird who loves to whistle, make sure you wait until 7 a.m. to search for your lost bird. The birds in San Francisco need their beauty sleep, you know. And speaking of beauty sleep, in Italy, it's illegal to make loud noises, including vacuuming, between the hours of 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. and between 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. So, if you're planning to visit Italy and you love to vacuum, make sure to do it outside of these hours, or you might find yourself in trouble with the law. If you're planning a trip to France with your pet pig, be sure to give him a name that's not Napoleon. The French still haven't forgotten about their former emperor, and if you're caught naming your pig after him, you might end up behind bars. Who knew that pigs could hold a grudge for so long? If you're heading to Ohio or Indiana, be prepared to bring your hunting license if you want to catch a mouse. And if you're planning to catch a fish in Indiana, don't even think about using your bare hands. It seems the mice and fish in these states have hired top-notch lawyers to protect their rights. So, bring your fishing gear and hunting license, or you might find yourself breaking the law and facing the consequences. In Russia, it's illegal to drive a dirty car. So, if you're planning a road trip in Russia, be sure to bring a hose and some soap. The last thing you want is to be pulled over by the authorities and given a citation for driving a dirty car, especially if your car is so dirty that the officers can't even see the license plate. In Moscow, it's forbidden to wear a fake mustache in church. So, if you're looking to attend Mass while sporting a fake mustache, you might have to choose a different location. It's not clear why this law exists, but one can only assume that fake mustaches and religious places just don't mix. Or maybe the church just doesn't want anyone to outdo the priest's real mustache. In St. Petersburg, it's illegal to sing songs in public that contain foul language. So, if you're feeling musical and want to sing some karaoke, be sure to choose a G-rated song. Otherwise, you might end up in trouble with the law and end up with a fine. The good news is that there are plenty of wholesome songs to choose from, so you'll have plenty of options. Unless, of course, you have a potty mouth, then you're better off humming. In Arizona, it's against the law to refuse someone a glass of water. That's right, if someone asks you for a glass of water, you must provide it. So, if you're visiting the Grand Canyon State, make sure to pack extra water bottles, or you might find yourself in trouble with the law. And finally, in the small town of Franklin, New York, it's illegal to walk backwards after sunset. So, if you're looking for a challenge, try walking backwards in Franklin after dark. But beware, the law enforcement will be watching, and if they catch you, you might end up in jail. These are just a few examples of the strange laws that exist around the world. It's amazing how some laws can make you laugh, while others make you scratch your head in disbelief. But, at the end of the day, they all serve a purpose in maintaining order and preserving cultural traditions. So, the next time you find yourself abroad, make sure to brush up on the local laws, or you might end up on the wrong side of the law.